these are things like your relationship, your lifestyle, the car that you might have, the money you make, the job you might have, the house you live in or the house you're going to buy, whatever. Are you going to stick with what you can do right now, or are you going to twist? I just woke up right now and that's why my hair looks like this. But yesterday I ran into somebody from my past, a girl from my past, and I don't want to be disrespectful to her, but she did not look attractive. Like she did not look attractive at all. And she was basically my first ever girlfriend, my first ever relationship that got into when I was like 17 years old. I'm 20 now, and I saw her and she did not look attractive at all. Or like, you know, I don't want to be rude. She's probably never gonna watch this video. She's living her own life, and nobody knows who I'm talking about, so you know, it's all good. But she did not look attractive at all. Like literally like sickly looking, kind of grim. Like she's not sick or anything, but like just looked very miserable, you know. The main message of this video is the idea of stick or twist. Whether you stick with what you have, and these are things like your relationship, your lifestyle, the car that you might have, the money you make, the job you might have, the house you live in or the house you're going to buy, whatever. Are you going to stick with what you can do right now, or are you going to twist, which is basically to take the gamble on yourself and see if you can get something better? And by gamble, I don't mean it's like it's completely dependent on chance or something. You actually have a lot of control when you do twist. So twisting can basically mean you getting out of that relationship and working on yourself to get into a better one. It could also mean that you quitting your job, starting something else to make more money, to get a better lifestyle, stuff like that. So you have a lot more control when you do twist. So it's not like, oh yeah, hopefully something gets better. No. One thing I want to tell you is that in my life, in my dating experience, the caliber of women, or like the level or the rank of women that I've dated, has been a constant incline. So when I was 16, 17, I was dating, you know, whatever, girls of that age group, so nothing really that crazy. And as time went on, as I improved, they just kept on improving. Like hotter girls, more intelligent girls, more fun girls, just kept getting better, just kept getting better. And this is one of the like most important things I've learned in my experience of self-improvement, or just sticking to my path, sticking to the path of consistently staying on my habits, making sure that I do not falter, making sure I do not get swayed by life and, you know, start giving up on my habits, my routines, the things that actually improve my life. Even after those breakups, even, you know, the first breakup hurt a lot when I left her and I was like, oh yeah, I feel so upset. But even at the time, this is gonna sound horrible, but even at the time, I knew I could do better. Back then, she was pretty, I'll be real. But I knew for a fact I could do better. Like, it's gonna sound so horrible and rude, but I knew I could. So that was a nagging thought in the back of my mind. And when the breakup happened, then my 17-year-old was upset. But as time went on, you know, a couple months later, I attracted an even better girl. And then it got better, and then it got better. Just a constant incline. And I recently have done the same thing. I recently have twisted again on a very, very, very beautiful girl. This girl was gorgeous. Like, this girl was a solid. I guarantee you, most guys would have just stuck with her. If they had her, if they managed to date her or get into a relationship with her or a girl like her, they would have immediately been like, okay, look, that's it, done. I'm gonna get married to her. I'm locking down, or, you know, try to secure her for an extended period because of, well, she was great. She was a great person, great girl. But something inside me said something else. The voice deep within wanted more. Right now, that's basically what happened. Like, I'm gonna sound like one of those red pill ebook writers or those forum page writers or some shit like that. But this girl was like a solid 8 out of 10. Like, for a 19-year-old, that's not bad. And I was her first. Like, believe it or not, I was her first. Like, it's gonna sound crazy. It's gonna sound like I did some like stupid thing. I messed up on a unicorn, but I met her. She and I started seeing each other for months, for many months, and she ends up catching feelings. I was aware of that, but I told her that I'm not looking for anything. I'm not looking to lock myself down. She knew that, and we carried on. Eventually, we do end up getting into a relationship a few months after she tells me how she felt. And when we do, that nagging thought is still there. Even throughout the time I was with her, I was just like, I know I can do better. I know I can do better. I know I can do better. To be real with you, that relationship, the short relationship that we did have for like a few months, it was really good. It was probably one of the best ones I've ever been in. It was a good relationship. It was a very, very good relationship. It was, you know, she was a good girl to be with. We went on great dates. It was a very, very lovely time period. So there was nothing wrong with that. And yeah, I just want to make that clear. I remember there was this one instance where she put on this one black dress and we went out for a walk. We went out to like the city center. Every person was staring. Every person would look. Every single person. And that was a very gratifying moment. That was a very, it just reminded me of all the hard work I put in and all the. But I came from an absolute ugly ass dork, right? That's why I started off at the start of my self improvement journey. From there, it's been an incline, and being in that state where I was with a girl that everybody was staring at and she was by my side, that felt amazing. But the thought was still there. Aish, you could do better. You could do better. And I might be crazy, but literally, like right before we went for that walk, I literally remember she was in my room and she was putting on that black dress and she looked so good that I ended up fucking her right there. Right there. We just got to it. I know that's a vulgar thing to say, but like I'm trying to tell you, like this girl was like solid, but that thought told me otherwise. And so I ended up breaking up with her like a month and a half into the relationship right before summer, because one, I knew I could do better. Secondly, was that it was summer and I knew that, you know, we were going to be away for like a couple months, and just let her know that let's just separate. So summer ends, we all come back to university. I end up seeing her again, we end up hooking up a few times again. But the breakup had an effect. Well, the breakup I did before summer had an effect, and I understand that. And if you watch one of my recent videos, a couple videos ago, it was a video about heartbreak. And I made that video because I regretted breaking up with that girl, right? I was heartbroken over a breakup that I did. So you can see how stupid that was. But it was only because I was emotional, because I've given myself time. I've given myself like the past month and a half of just like holistic self-improvement, just going back to that state of when I started self-improvement, when I was 16 years old. I just locked myself away, you know, good habits only, made sure I was consistent with everything. I went back to that for the first time in 1.5 years. But 1.5 years, I was just straight up like having fun basically, and actually giving myself a chance to center myself and going back to that really forging Iron Man in the cave, building himself kind of state. Everything came clear, and I'm so glad I twisted on that girl, because recently I have refined what kind of women I want in my life. So I've literally written down on paper, like pages and pages of what kind of girl do I want by my side, who do I want to accompany me on my journey, on the things I want to accomplish. Because let's be real, even though that girl was attractive, even though she was hot, she wants to go down her career path, and that's what she wants to focus on. So like whatever she's doing, that's fine. And another thing is, like, she didn't go to the gym throughout summer, right? She didn't work out once throughout summer. I saw her again, she had a slight bit of face fat, like a very, very small amount, but I noticed. And I was like, but I've been working out throughout summer, like every single day. It's about standards, man. I'm not breaching my standards. And I know I sound like an asshole, an absolute dickhead in this video, but have some, bro, like, going back to the topic of this video, stick or twist. If you have a standard in your mind, even if you're not there yet, let's say you want this standard of woman and you're here, so the only woman you can attract are down here. If you take that gamble and get out of that relationship, you can give yourself time to focus on yourself and get to this stage so that you can finally attract this kind of woman. And bro, this video is like dark. Some people might find it dark. I find it pretty, like, it makes a lot of sense. If you find it offensive, then I guess this channel isn't for you. But for the guys that it does make sense to, take that time off, man. Like, I've literally written down on this pages and pages of what kind of woman I want. And I realized that this is much better. This is genuinely much better. Even though this girl was attractive, kind, came from a good family, all this stuff, it wasn't everything that I wanted. I knew I could do better. I have been doing better. You know, this breakup happened before summer, and it's been months since I've twisted, and I've seen the results. I've been seeing better women that align more with all this shit. Where the fuck do you think all this information came from? It came from girls I've actually met, and be like, okay, yeah, this is what I'm looking for. So take this how you will, bro, but please do twist as much as you can, because that's what I've been doing. I've been doing this for the past 4 years of my self-improvement journey. And it's amazing, because you can actually get what you want. Like, if you just twist, knowing that you can get what you want, you get it. You fucking get it. If you have a decent car like a BMW and you're like, nah, I think I want a Lambo, and you take the bet on yourself, you'll have a Lambo. You'll fucking have a Lambo. And then if you have a Lambo and you're like, nah, I want a Pagani, you'll have a Pagani. Like, you just kind of have to not believe in yourself, just assume that it's going to happen and just let it go into motion. Give it time, stay consistent, you'll get the fucking Pagani and a beautiful wife type girl and everything else you've ever dreamt of. That's it for this video. If you want to know more about sticking to the course, staying on self-improvement, the complete system I use to stay consistent, even throughout breakups, even throughout shitty situations, that's allowed me to actually twist, get things that are better, click the first link below. It's no bullshit. And follow me on Instagram while you're at it. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. If you do like this type of content, hit the subscribe button, share it to somebody who might like it, share it to somebody who might not like it. Let's see what happens. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.